The impact of visual learning style on empathy through alternative universe on senior high school number 1 Palembang students.
So the aim of this research is to prove is there an impact of visual learning style on empathy through AU on senior high school number 1 Palembang students. The various levels of empathy among them encourage researchers to conduct this research. Alternative universe or AU can be classified as fan fiction that is written story by fans by creating additional content through collaborating characters, plots, and settings from the source text. Janissary Collective 2014. Usually AU have the form as bunch of images.
Empathy can also be developed by stimuli about fictional or imaginary characters. Geodesity P.L. Jackson, 2004. A study identified a number of emotions that can raise up empathy, including anger, anxiety, disgust, fear, happiness, pain, and sadness. Fan Y et al. 2011. Visual learning is one of the most attractive and stimulating methods. Barata A. 2010. Our ability to recognizing images can be described as perfect. Haber R.N. 1979.
The durations of this research is from 19 to 24 July 2023 in Senior High School number 1 Palembang with the number of sample 275 students. This research used an associative quantitative research method which is looking for correlation between two variables using the Learning Style Survey LSS by Oxford RL in 1995 for the visual learning style variable, and the Bird Empathy Scale PES by Brett et al. In 2022 for the empathy variable. Both scales are presented with adaptations of the Likert scale to 4 points: STS strongly disagree, TS disagree, S agree, and SS strongly agree.
So these are the results and analysis from our research. Table 1, age of the sample. We analyzed that the majority age of the sample is 38.5% was 15 years old with a sample number of 106 people. In the other hand, the second majority of the sample, 32%, was 16 years old with a sample number of 88 people. Table 2, gender of the sample. We also analyzed that the majority gender of the sample is 81% is female, which is 224 people, while a minority of the sample, 18%, is male, which is 51 people. Table 3, visual learning style category of the sample. We analyzed that the majority of the sample, 54.1%, had a high level of visual learning style with a sample number of 149 people. Meanwhile, the second majority of the sample, 34.5%, was inhibited by the highest level of visual learning style, which is 95 people.
Table 4, empathy category of the sample. We analyzed that the majority of the sample, 51.2%, had a high level of empathy with a sample number of 141 people. Meanwhile, the second majority of the sample, 25.8%, had a very high level of empathy with 71 people. Table 5, data normality test. We analyzed that the data distributed normal with significance 0.070, which is significant more than 0.05. Due to the normal distribution, the relationship test was carried out by using the Pearson correlation test as a parametric correlation test. Table 6, the research hypothesis test. We found out that the result is positive, 0.655, which means the more someone uses visual learning style, the more it will form their empathy. From the table, it shows the number of correlations between visual learning style and empathy through AU is 65.5%.
So, the conclusions are, based on the data we have analyzed, the majority of the sample is female. Furthermore, the majority of the sample based on the age is 15 years old. Number 2, based on the results of the analysis of Pearson correlation obtained by 0.655 or 65.5%. It shows that there is an impact between the variables, which is a visual learning style and empathy towards AU for senior high school number 1 Palembang students. The result is positive, which means the more someone uses visual learning style, the more it will form their empathy.
And for our future work, as the researchers, we would like to do more research about this study. We want to know, is there an effect to someone when they read a different genre of AU, and what type of empathy come up in themselves, not just in senior high school number 1 Palembang students, but also in wider areas. From this, they can gain more advantages of AU. They will know what kind of empathy that they feel the most, so they will be able to make it well balanced in their lives.
Here are the references that we use in our research. That's all from us. Thank you.